to be talking about beliefs and views in a relationship. So I'm gonna start off by letting y'all introduce yourself, give it a little short spiel, and then we're going to get into it.
All right, I'm Joe from New York, from Queens. I currently reside in Tennessee right now, right outside the Nashville area. I'm married, got a baby on the way, so pretty excited about that. I mean, I don't know how much relationship experience I'm going to be able to get, but try my best, you know what I mean?
Definitely. It's all perspective. All right, Amber.
Okay, I'm Amber. Here in Cleveland, Ohio. Well, it's in a suburb, southeast suburb of Cleveland, Ohio. I'm married, and me and my husband, we have three children, three teenagers. 13, he'll be 14 in a few weeks. Our youngest son, Lincoln. Then that was Lauren, she's 15, and Langston is 18. He's soon to be 19. It's interesting, you're in Nashville. Yeah, I urge him to go to Tennessee State right now. We visited there, and he really liked it. So,
Okay.
but yeah. So that's just a little bit about me.
Okay.
Oh, and me and my husband, we've been married for, I met him when I was 13 at church. And, but we didn't start dating till I was in college. So we didn't start dating till I was about 21. But yeah, we've been together for quite some time.
Yes, all the history. Okay.
Yeah. I didn't know if you wanted a brief synopsis or
Yeah,
what.
no. That's beautiful. It gives context.
That's real
So
good.
I want to ask, beliefs and views in a relationship, do you feel they matter?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Go ahead. Either one of y'all.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? I'll let you go first. Joe, is it
No.
Joe?
I'm a gentleman. I'm gonna let the lady go first. That's fine. I didn't know the order of everything, but I'm a gentleman, so I'm gonna let the lady go first.
Okay, now don't be trying to piggyback on my ideas now. Yeah, I think beliefs and views are important because that's your foundation. I mean, I wouldn't want to, like, for instance, me and my husband, we met at church. That's your foundation. I don't, it could potentially work with somebody of a different religion, but why create that, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. Why would you create not unnecessary strife? It would be unnecessary strife and confusion because you guys aren't on the same. You're not equally yoked. You're not mentally on the same path. So you want somebody that has your same shared beliefs and values.
Okay. Definitely.
For me, I believe I agree 100% with that. But I come at it from a different perspective too, because but I come at it from a biblical perspective because I am a believer, and I do believe your beliefs are very important. I mean, regardless of your faith, if there's not an agreement there, the Bible says in Malachi, can two walk together lest they be agreed? And it's a rhetorical question. It's a rhetorical question because it has an answer to it. And it's a no. If you ain't to walk together, especially in a relationship, you have to walk side by side. In order for a relationship to work, you have to walk together in unison. You know what I mean? And like y'all said, that's that foundation. If that's not the foundation, then guess what? Everything's gonna crumble. So if you don't have that, I've been in relationships where I wasn't right with them, but the other person was definitely didn't have a relationship with God. But then we get to arguments and different things like that, it falls apart. So absolutely, it's a part of it. Very, very important.
Definitely, I agree with both of you. I mean, the foundation definitely has to be there, and that goes into my next question. Um, does religion play a major part in that? And like you both said, the foundation of religion plays a major part. So, like you were going into, you both briefly touched on it. If you have one partner that's religious and another partner that's not, like you said, you create an unnecessary strife. So, do you feel that that's conducive to a relationship to have two people that are religious, or do you feel like that can be something that can be worked through, one person being religious, another person not?
Well, I mean, it's funny because, I was talking to Langston about this. He's in his dating years.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell him, you want to date somebody that has, where y'all are on one accord with one another. Because God forbid something happens, you don't want somebody to pray for you that knows how to pray. And you know how to pray. So, I mean, that's that equal, being equally yoked again. I don't know if I answered your question or not, but
No, you did. You did. You did.
I'm scared.
You
Oh,
did.
it's true. I mean, because you gotta have somebody. You gotta have somebody because when you down, because even in a relationship, somebody's gonna be down, right?
Yeah.
So if you're down spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, or whatever the case may be, and you need prayer, if you don't have that emotional support there, that's another weight upon you that you don't want to carry. So at the same time, if that person is got that relationship with the Lord, got that relationship with God, guess what? They're gonna go to God and pray for you. You know what I'm saying? And then when that person needs the help, they're gonna do the same for you. So you know what I mean. So it kind of goes both ways. So you gotta have that. If you don't have that, you know, it's gonna create a lot of friction.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, for me, I experienced that firsthand. It was a little weird for me in my beginning dating years. I met a girl, and she was Muslim, and I respect everybody's religion, everybody's beliefs, but I never took into account how would that affect me if I'm dating someone.
Right.
And by dating this person, she basically told me, she wanted me to meet her family, but first I would have to convert. Well, if I respect your religion, why can't you respect mine?
Right.
But this was a ultimatum she gave me, and that became an issue from that point. Religion
Right.
kind of caused us to go two separate ways, which I find very interesting because whether or not people want to admit it in the beginning, it eventually becomes an issue if you're not, like you said, equally yoked.
Right. Right.
My next question is for you both: when did this become a factor that someone needed to be religiously equally yoked with you? Like, did it happen at an early age? Was it in your adult years, or did you always feel this way?
I'll let
Kind
I'll
of that
let
way.
Joe go.
I kind of felt that way when I was young, but I was too young and dumb to actually understand what I was looking for.
Hmm.
Okay? So it was in the back of my mind, but it was not a big deal until it was like, okay, I'm an adult now. I gotta start, settling down, starting to cool off, starting to chill. I gotta start building something, you know, um, and having that foundation and having that relationship with somebody to that I can walk with spiritually, that I can walk with, to
Uh-oh.
that unison, that togetherness. Especially if I want to have, that's going if you add kids into that equation, man, it's going to be even more difficult because one person gonna want to take the kid one way somewhere else, and then the other person gonna want to take the kid another place, and it's going to constantly be button heads. So I didn't want that. I didn't want that going into it. I didn't want to bring any baggage going in. And I didn't want to. I didn't want anything like that. I didn't want to start off backwards if I'm going to move forward. So that's how I went about it. And it was mostly in my adult age when I finally figured it out because I was too young and dumb to figure it out when I was younger. So that's about it for me.
Gotcha.
Hmm. I would have to agree with Joe that it became important in my adult years also. I mean, when me and Nick were dating, we weren't living like Christians. I'm gonna
Mm,
say that we weren't, and but after having children, it became more important because then they're looking to us
right.
and they're looking at how we live, not just what we say.
Mm,
Um, they've seen us get in disagreements and argue, but they've also seen us come together and forgive and pray together.
right.
And they've seen us work through issues. But I think that's when it became more important, as an adult because I guess you just see life from a different perspective when you're older. When you're young, you think that you have all the time in the world,
Exactly.
but
Invincible.
yep.
It's, it's interesting how parallel your life's course and your religious course, if you are religious, how they run and how long it takes for them both to meet and to be on the same page. Because like you said, it took you both, when you got into your adult years where you realize what mattered. Because when we're younger, we don't think about, the things that matter, and our priorities are totally different, and I laugh about that and I talk about that with people all the time, how my priorities now compared to what they were when I was a teen are so different. It's laughable.
And you know what? I will say, me and him, we were never on the same, I guess, spiritual, in the same place spiritually. And where you are spiritually is between you and God. But like I was speaking in tongues and stuff, and I was going to Bible study. And he wasn't really doing that. Only he just went to church, and he would make fun of me and stuff. But since then we have grown. We were going to a marriage group together, which was based in a church. We had friends like other couples that had facilitated it. So we kind of like merged and or jailed, I guess, spiritually and mentally together.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. So my next question is, when you're dating someone and you're trying to become equally yoked, you're trying to meet on the same spiritual level. How do you navigate that with a partner who may not be as spiritual or still trying to find their way? How do you navigate that? Because a lot of people may want to do that, but they don't know how to actually maneuver to get to that point. What would be your best perspective or advice on that?
I mean, if you feel like the relationship is worth it, then it's worth working through. You pray for them, and if they're open to growing, because you want to be with somebody that's going to help you and not be a hindrance. That's another thing I tell Langston. With him dating now, you need to choose somebody that's going to be a help and not a hindrance. So if they're telling you something and trying to advise you, oh, why don't we go to church? That's to help you spiritually grow, help you in be a better person spiritually, whatever.
Right.
Um, and everybody brings something to the table where they should. So maybe you can help me learn about credit, or you can help me learn about, you know, who knows? Maybe you're into architecture. You can help me learn different. If you're open to it, then I think it's worth it.